Hey everybody, what's going on? This is your buddy Steve Barrow, and I'm here with Lunchtime Talk with Steve. Um, all right, so we're doing something a little bit different now. We're actually doing Instagram. I have the gram right here, and right up there I have YouTube and Facebook Live. So I'm broadcasting on all three at the same time. So let's see how this works. All right. Um, I think I might have to close the screen door because I had some, the air is coming in nice. It's nice weather here in South Florida. You guys are gonna see me switching back and forth because I want to say hi to everybody that comes in. I see, I already got a few people watching on Instagram and Facebook, which we started Facebook. Yes, I mean sorry, we started YouTube yesterday, so that's good. um, so for right now, let's do this. Go ahead and take a look. Actually, let's go ahead and start sharing this out with some friends and relatives. Okay. Just click on the share button and share it out with your favorite group, your friends, your relatives, anybody, whoever. Let's see. I'm gonna take 2 minutes to do the same thing. Well, actually, more like 30 seconds to do the same thing. But you guys that are on Instagram and YouTube and everything, just share it out with people. This is great. I'm loving this. This is awesome. So let's see. I'm sharing it with a couple of groups and with some friends, a whole bunch of friends. So yeah, just take a second and send it out to people. Let them watch and see what's going on. As I said, they can view it on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all three. And we are going to start talking about today's topic. So, what can we talk about today? Hmm. I mean, I'm wide open for topics, and we could make this more of a free flowing kind of conversation, where you can say whatever you want to say. Come up with whatever topic you want to come up with. Yeah, we could do it that way. Let's see. I'm also sharing to a few groups here. Some of the groups that I'm a member of. So you guys, I welcome you to do the same thing. Share it out to a few groups. Let um let's just make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to jump in on the conversation. Alrighty. So there we go. And when you guys jump into the conversation, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, let me know where you're watching from. I mean, just say, hey, I'm watching from, Fort Lauderdale or Europe or England. Actually, don't just say Europe. Just say like where you're from. If you're in London or if you're, wherever, because Europe is pretty broad as well. So today, let's see. You know what? I mean, it's like the coronavirus is always one that we could talk about. And that's one that we could start off with because we have so many different states and so many different, um, cities that are opening up and people are starting to feel like it's safe to go back out. I don't want to sound like Jaws, where they say it's safe to go in the water, but pretty much that's what's going on. Let me close this door. Sorry about that. I just had to close the door because there's a lot of wind. I mean, a lot of noise coming from outside. And so anyhow, you know, is it safe to go back outside, and how careful do you have to be? And I think that again, just my opinion, nothing that I know for sure, but I think that one of the problems that we're having is that. Oh, hold on a second. I think one of the problems that we're having is that because the government is letting up on the restrictions, people are starting to think, oh, well, the virus is going away. Hey Terry, how you doing? I see you. You're watching. Terrence, I see you watching as well. Um, and I wonder if people are really going to still wear the mask and do everything that they're supposed to do, because what's going on is people are thinking that they're safe because no one's telling them stay inside anymore. So now they're thinking, oh my God, we're safe, we can go out. Can you really go out? I mean, how careful do you think people are going to be? And I guess really what I want to know from you guys too is, what are you going to do? Are you going to rush out to a restaurant and go get a good meal, or are you going to be one of the first ones in the park? What are you doing? What are you going to do when this opens up? How long is it going to take for you to step outside your door? Or are you going to be the guy that rush outside the door the first day that they say, hey, you could go back out? So I'm kind of curious what you guys are saying and what you guys are thinking. So let me know. Talk to me. I want to hear what you guys are saying. How many of you are going to be rushing out there? Terry, what do you say? Are you going to be rushing to the hair salon and to the restaurants and everything as soon as you get the chance? As soon as the doctor says, I mean, as soon as the what do you call it? The government say you can go out. Dion Welch from Barbados. What's going on? How's everything? Thanks very much for watching. I see, again, people coming from different places. Even my Instagrammers, I want to hear where you guys are watching from, because I see a few people on Instagram, and I just want to know where you guys are watching from. All right, and my YouTubers as well. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Don't just pop in and pop out, but I want to hear where you guys are watching me from. So let's see. Jennifer Brown says, "I'm already out there." So where are you, Jennifer? Where are you? What are you doing? What was the first thing that you did when you got out there? I mean, are you among people? Are you still wearing your mask? What is it that's different than it was 2 months ago, or 3 months ago? You know. And I want to hear from some of my other viewers too. I want to hear you guys telling me, what are you guys doing? What's so different? Afisha, how are you? Afisha Payne. You guys got to look her up on YouTube. Check out some of her songs. She sings gospel music. She's very good. Just look up Afisha Payne, and you'll see her. Let's see. Um, Okay, Jennifer says she's in healthcare, so she was always outside. So, Jennifer, tell me, what is it that you would recommend then? Do you think, as a healthcare professional, do you think that they're opening up too soon, or do you think that we can open up and trust the people to be careful and to be responsible? I want to hear from all you guys. What do you guys think? And Jennifer, where are you watching from? You said you're already outside, but where are you watching from? Glenn, how's it going, Glenn? I'm looking at all different things at the same time, so that's why I'm just going from place to place. It seems like. And again, I want to welcome my Instagrammers, because you guys, I've been neglecting Instagram for a while, and you know what it is though. It's because Instagram is a little bit different. You have to kind of like, you can only use it on your phone. You can't broadcast from the computer. Like right now, I'm broadcasting Facebook and YouTube from the computer through a webcam. I can't do that with Instagram. I can't find an application that allows you to do that. And today I was actually supposed to have a guest on the air, but because of the application that I'm using right now, for some reason it's not allowing me to invite the guest on. So we're gonna have to, have her back on here at another time when I can find a better software. And I am looking for softwares right now. So I'll definitely let you guys know when we are open up to receive guests, and we're gonna start having different guests. I want to try to have a different person pretty much every day. Let's see. Jennifer says she's in Canada. What part of Canada are you in? Jennifer says, yes, it's too soon. I work with the elderly, and this is nothing to play with. It's a war where your enemy is invisible. That's true. That's true. It definitely is an invisible enemy, and we have to start looking at it as such. Um, let's see. Glenn says she's listening while working at home. Thanks very much for watching and for listening. I appreciate it. Definitely make sure you share it out with your friends and your relatives and everyone else. You know, I am still sharing it right now. What I'm looking to do as well is I'm going to start with another app that's going to allow me to put it on LinkedIn as well. So then we'll be broadcasting on four different platforms. Between the four platforms, we'll be hitting a total of 22,000 followers and subscribers. So wow, that's going to be awesome to be hitting 22,000 people. So share it with your friends, let your friends and everybody know, hey, lunchtime chat with Steve, lunchtime talk with Steve is on, because I got some feedback about the other name I had before, the lunchtime quickie name, and so I decided to just change it to lunchtime talk because that's basically what we're doing. We're talking, you know. Um, so let's see. I'm flipping back now to see if I have any comments on YouTube or anything. All right. So basically, let's go back to what we were talking about before. Is it too soon to open up? And at first I was saying that people are going to be. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? I was saying that people are going to be responsible enough to really to really get out there and wear the mask and everything. But then I started going outside and I started seeing people, like if I'm going to the store or whatever, I'm seeing people walking, whether they're walking their dog or just going for exercise, and they're not wearing masks. And they're walking in groups and they're passing each other just going side by side, just like that. Again, with no mask or anything. And I'm like, wow, we're trusting these adults to be responsible, but they are really not being responsible. They're just, I don't know. I don't know if they think, oh, well, it won't happen to me or what. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't. I just feel like my opinion is too soon. I don't think that we should be opening up right now. I know, yes, there are a lot of businesses that are hurting and they're struggling, but you know what? You're gonna hurt and you're gonna struggle if your customers are getting sick and they die anyway. You're gonna hurt even worse. You're gonna struggle even worse because now your people that have been consistent, if they get sick at your location, they're not gonna come back, and or if they pass away, they're definitely not going to be able to come back. So I mean, it's almost like if you break an arm or a leg or something and your doctor tells you you have to stay off that leg for a while, you have to let it rest before you can use it again. Well, that's what we need to do. We need to let the earth rest, let outside rest, let it heal before we can go back and start using it again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I want to hear your opinion and hear what you guys are thinking. Hey, Aura, what's going on? And Glenn said they're not being responsible. Exactly, they're not being responsible. Jennifer said the young people will not be responsible. They already act as if they're invincible. And that's true. And you know what, though, Jennifer? It's true, but it's not just the young people, though. I mean, we're seeing the same issues with some of the older crowd and the ones that really, and I mean, they all should know better. But we're seeing them with people that really should know better. And we're also seeing it with parents. You see the parents wearing masks, but the little kid is not. And it's like, well, I mean, if you're wearing a mask, it's not just because they tell you you have to wear it to go into the store. You're wearing it for your own safety. So why not put one on your child as well? Jennifer says, I lost two people in this. We could not have a funeral. It's a wake up call. Sorry for your loss, Jennifer. I mean, I really feel your pain, all right? I lost a couple of friends in this as well, and, people that I've known, One of them was a young lady that went to school with me from way back in elementary school, so we've known her for a long time, and her mom, and her mom passed as well. So yes, I feel your pain, and I really, I really feel this is time for people to really wake up. Um, Michelle says, we as a people are so quick to do what we did prior to the virus. We should not be so quick to not wear a mask. True. Yeah, or I was saying most of the slave states, the deep south for you guys who are not from the U.S. Excuse me. That's just a tickle in the throat, people. Don't get scared. Steve is good. That's just a tickle in the throat. I have a bottle of water right here. Let me quench that tickle a little bit. Hold on. All right. Let's see what other. Michelle said young people are taking the lead from the older people. Yes, that's true. Terry says, as much as I would like to rush out, as much as I'd like to rush out and see my beautician at this time and get my hair done, although my beautician never closed. Wow. So your beautician stayed open through this entire time? Wow, that's kind of crazy. Um, I believe I'll wait. Just because the government says that it's safe to return to what is the new norm, it's too soon. This disease is still out there. I remember one of my mom's favorite sayings. If they jump off of, oh yeah, that's true. That's like a parent's favorite thing. If your friends jump off a bridge, are you going to jump too? Hmm. Depends on how high the bridge is. No, I'm just joking. Actually, I used to jump off the boardwalk at Coney Island, so I say that jokingly because we used to do that for real. Um, let's see. Words of wisdom to live by. That's true. Thanks very much for the commentary. Michelle said her father passed. Michelle, I really feel your pain. My dad just passed in February, right before this whole pandemic. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done if I couldn't be at his bedside while he was sick, and if I couldn't be there when during his last moments. I don't know. So when I tell you I feel your pain, it's because I feel your pain. You have my deepest condolences. Oro says, you have me running. As a frontline worker, we can't go home to our children, so we don't infect them. That's true. That's a good point because I mean you have so many people out there that are that had to quarantine themselves from their family. It's crazy. Hmm. Michelle said the state of Georgia is definitely not looking up for blacks. Um, So, Michelle, tell me what you're talking about. Why do you say that? You're gonna have to elaborate on that a little bit for me. I kind of have an idea what you're talking about, but I want to hear what you're saying about it. The state of Georgia. Let's see. Yeah, I know they are looking out for the money. They just want that money. That's like the biggest thing. Everyone keeps talking about the economy and how it's affecting the economy and all these things, but I don't know. I mean, I was watching the news yesterday, and they were talking about um, some of the businesses that are booming. You have things like, for example, bankruptcy. I didn't realize that many people were filing bankruptcy during this time. I mean, that's like a big thing, especially some of these small businesses. They're filing bankruptcy. Then you also have other businesses that, of course, we know the funeral services. There, with over what is it now? We're up to like I think we're up to almost like 60 or 70,000 that passed during this pandemic. I mean, as bad as it is, that business is going to be making money because you know how it is. I mean, I don't know. I can't put it into words, but you know what I'm talking about. But there are some businesses that are making money. You even have the car industry. They were talking about that earlier today on the news as well. People are rushing out to buy cars because they don't want to ride the bus of public transportation and be in groups. That's something I didn't even think about. I mean, when you think about it, people are going to be at the bus stop or at in the train on the train station or whatever, and then these people are going to be sitting there with a group of people that may or may not be wearing masks. Then what? You know. So, hey, Thaddeus, what's going on? Mark, what's up? How's it going? Michelle says because the business they're opening deal mostly with the black consumers, nail salon, barbershops, etc. They know what they're doing. Hmm. You know, Michelle. I mean, you might have a point there because we're going to be running to a lot of those things. I mean, because I keep saying it all the time. As soon as my barber opens up, I need to get a haircut. You know, because I mean, right now I have this haircut that's this thing is looking like I'm back in the '70s with a small afro or something. You know, more like the '80s. The '70s we had the big afro. You know, or else said, what can we do with farmers throwing out food? Well, that's true. That's one of the things too that we have to look at. They have a lot of farmers that are throwing out the food because the supply chain is broken and the food can't get to the supermarkets or get to where they would normally get to. So now you have farmers in the Midwest who, because they don't have enough truckers, are are throwing out food because they can't get it to the Publix or Kroger's or Safeway, Pathmark, wherever you are in the country. You know the stores that you have in your area, but they can't get it there fast enough, so they have to throw some away. Down in Miami, in the Homestead area, I know we had some of the farmers that were giving away the food. They were giving away things like the lettuce and the tomatoes and the vegetables that they normally would pick down there in the Homestead area, and it was better than throwing it out. But then you had the lines that were like literally a mile and a half long, no exaggeration. It's like wow. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. I don't know. Um, Jennifer said, I would advise my people to take this time to think of home business because life as we know it has changed forever. It's true. It is true. There's a lot of stuff that you need to start looking at as far as home-based businesses. If your job is not able to be done from home and you're concerned, yes, you need to start looking at something that allows you to work from home. So really, what you need to do is you need to start looking at a certification or something, um, and start looking into things that like I don't know project management or something that you can do from home. Um, there's a lot that's available. You just have to be determined and just make it happen. Sometimes we feel we can't do these things. We feel like, oh well, I don't have the experience. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, there's so many people that weren't born with the experience. No one was born with any experience. Everyone that I know, everyone that's ever been born, was born as a clean slate. And what did they do? They had to learn in order to get to where they want to be. If you're not where you want to be, then you have to go and start doing something, start learning something, change your life. If your life is not where you want it to be, change it. It takes more effort to complain about it than to change it. Honestly, it takes way more effort to complain about it than to change it. So if it's not what you want, change it. I mean, seriously. I mean, I make it sound simple, but it's not as simple as I make it sound. Of course not. But change it. That's all. Change it. Let's see. Bart the barber, what's going on my Instagram side? How's everything? Um, Bart, we're talking about the pandemic and some of the states and cities that are opening up. Like here in Broward County, for example, even though the state of Florida is allowing the different counties to open up, they decided not to open up the beaches or anything like that. Broward did in Palm Beach, and they opened up the parks, some of the parks. So, you're going to start seeing people out in the parks again this weekend, and I can almost guarantee we're going to see that news story where it's going to show you 1,000 people huddled in an area where they know they really shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. So, but then we have places like the Keys. Um, the Florida Keys. Because if you guys are familiar with the Keys, once you get past Florida City, it's just one lane in and one lane out. That's it. Actually, now I think they went to yes, one lane and one lane, and at some parts then it expands to two lanes. But still, but when you pass Florida City, that's it right there. So what they're doing is they're blocking right after Florida City, and they did this from the beginning of the pandemic, and locked the Keys down completely. If your home address was not in the Florida Keys, then you weren't able to go in there. That's awesome. And you know what? They didn't end up with the amount of they didn't have the amount of deaths and infection and everything that we had in Broward and in Miami-Dade because they locked down completely from day one. You know, Glenn says, I made a career change 2 years ago to IT right on time. And that's good. I mean, I'm in the IT field. I can work from home as well. Juliet says her internet sucks. That's the other thing that a lot of people are complaining about too, because so many people are on right now that the internet is like really slowing down. Especially if some of you guys live in these complexes that they pay for your internet, because what they do is they have the slowest speed. They don't buy the mega packages. They buy the bare minimum in order to try to make it happen. So I apologize about that, Juliet, but you can watch it on the replay. Again, we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And we're going to be coming to LinkedIn soon. I can't wait. All four platforms, I tell you, it's going to be awesome. Let's see. Let me flip through between the two. Sharon, how are you? Sharon said, I got a letter from my association stating that although they can open, they will remain closed because they don't have the manpower to enforce the social distancing rule. That's good. And that's what I'm talking about. We have to, and there are going to be people out there enforcing the social distancing rule. But we have to be sensible. If they don't have the manpower and they say they're not going to open, whether it's open the pool or whatever, we can't argue with them on that. We can't argue because you know what, they're looking out for our safety. We can't argue. Let's see. Oro says you can share any internet or PC help for the public. Oh, can you share any internet or PC help for the public? What information are you looking for? Or what in particular do you need? Let's see. Ty Hanna. What's going on, Ty? You're up in Palm Beach. Ty Hanna, I tell you, this guy, from the time I've met him, probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago, that man has been nonstop. When it comes to helping out, he's there. He has an organization. Oh gosh, the name slips my mind now, but Ty, drop the name of your organization in there for me. But he has an organization where he helps, ex-offenders when they get out of jail he helps them to kind of get rehabilitated and get acclimated back into life, into life as we know it. So, I don't know if any of you guys had seen Shawshank Redemption, and you see how hard it is for people that, have been institutionalized, and when they come out, it's hard for them to, kind of get back into the thick of things and learn how to navigate the things that we take for granted every day. So Ty has an organization that does just that. So Ty, drop your organization in here just in case somebody might need your help. And it's a nonprofit, so if you guys want to donate to his organization, he's going to drop the name in there. Speaking of, Earl says, not for me, for the public. They need access to free Wi-Fi. I heard that Xfinity was doing the free Wi-Fi, but I don't know how that's working because I don't know. I mean, I would have to get some more information on that. I'd have to really get some more information on Xfinity's free Wi-Fi. But once I do get some information, I'll let you guys know. Let's see. Oh, 1 second. All right, so yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as I get some information on the free Wi-Fi. Hmm. But Glenn, so you said that you made a switch to IT about 2 years ago. What made you make that switch? What made you say, whatever I'm doing, I need to. Well, what were you doing before you went into the IT field? Let's start with that, and then from there, what made you make that switch? And how many of you out there have made that switch? At different time in your life to like a total career change. I want to find out more about that. What made you guys make that switch? And you know, I see on Instagram I have Bart the barber online, so I wanted to find out, Bart, is your shop open back up, or what are you doing? Where are you located? Are you in Georgia, one of those states that opened up, or are you still in one of the states that's still closed and on lockdown? So talk to me. Let me hear what you guys are saying. Let me flip to my YouTube and see what's going on YouTube. All right, nothing yet on the YouTube side. I think we got to get some of our YouTubers, we got to get them engaged a little bit. Lurleen Clark, what's going on? How's everything? Talk to me. We're talking about, well, really, we have a wide open forum today. We could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Um, as some of you know, that I'm running for school board member for Broward County, so that's one of the things that I'll always talk about that in my all of my different platforms because again, I do so much volunteer work with the schools, and I do see the need for someone that is really engaged. I don't think that it's a position that we just need to put someone in there just because the person has the right degree or the right whatever. Because you know what? You have a lot of people that may have that degree and don't have that passion. I'll just say that as it is. You have so many people that have that went into something for whatever reason, and then they don't have the passion for it. And I would think that if you don't have the passion, then you don't need to be in that position. I mean, would you want to go to a doctor that doesn't have the passion for what he or she is doing? I mean, someone that's just going to be like, okay, well, yeah, we're going by the numbers. Hey, if the person gets better, they get better. If they don't, they don't. You don't want that person. You wouldn't want that doctor. You want a doctor that takes pride in what they do. Someone that this is their passion. Someone that they're going to say, I want to make sure I do the best job every single time I get in the operating room or the emergency room or wherever it is that they work. Same thing. You want a person that is doing the best job possible right now before they even get into the seat. That's me, I'm just saying. Check out my website, stevebarrow2020.com. All right? So let's see. I'm flipping through now to see some of my other comments and some of the other people. Tony, what's going on? I'm seeing so many people coming on now. This is pretty cool. So if you guys have a business, regardless of what kind of business it is, drop it in the feed below. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, well, no, I'm not on Twitter. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, drop it in the feed below. All right. Even if you're watching it on the replay, drop it in the feed below. And again, if you guys, now that you guys are joining, as you're joining, please just let me know where you're watching from so we can have an idea of, where our viewership is coming from. All right. Let's see. So today we're just having an open conversation in an open forum, and really this is also like my test for my virtual town hall that's going to be tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. It's going to be on all three platforms, and that's what we're doing right now. We're broadcasting on all three platforms simultaneously. By tomorrow, I should hope to be also on LinkedIn. And then I'll have, like I said, all four platforms. And between the four platforms, over 22,000 followers. So let's see what's going on with that. Let's make that happen. Um, let's see. So it's 1 o'clock, and it's time for me to start heading back to work. So, well, I'm working from home, so heading back to work pretty much just means to shut down this and start back over there. But anyhow, it was great talking to you guys. It was great, being with you for the whole week. Tomorrow on tomorrow on the virtual town hall, you guys can all join in. No matter where you are, I want to hear some of your questions, your concerns. I want to talk to you about some of the things we're doing in the school system here in Broward County. Um, I see now I got some information about Comcast, so I'm gonna definitely share that with you in a moment. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys about some of the things we're doing in Broward County, and I'll talk to you guys about some of the issues that need to be resolved. Because again, like I said, it's not all 100, it's not all bad, and it's not all good. We gotta be able to balance the two. All right. Now Terry said this is from Comcast website. Comcast extends free internet offer options to waive late fees. Um, Free internet service for low-income household. Comcast is offering 60 days of free internet service as part of their Internet Essentials program to qualifying households who sign up through June 30th. The program is normally $9.95 a month for qualifying low-income households. So pretty much, if you guys are getting internet essentials, which is something that we also encourage through the school board, because with the amount of students that we have that are getting free and reduced lunch, we really try to push that they do things like internet essentials. Um, let's see. So, Glenn said, I was doing medical claim processing and I hated it. I always wanted to work in IT, but always let things stop me from pursuing it. I moved to Florida a few years ago to move away from many distractions here in Virginia. I was able to complete my IT and then moved back to Virginia and landed my first IT job with a big healthcare company with no IT background, I guess. 2 years later, I'm making the most money I've ever made and have had a job promotion 1 year into the position. That's good, Glenn. That is awesome. That is awesome. Don't let anything stop you from applying for a job that you think you may not be qualified for. I love that, Glenn. I'm telling you, that's awesome right there. That's awesome. Because you know what? The only thing that stops us is us. We always say, well, we could come up with a million and one excuses. We can say, you know, this person's telling you that you're not going to make it, and that one, and we have a million and one excuses. But the only thing that beat excuses is for you to try it. That's it. You can either take that person's excuse or you can try. It's easier to try and it's better to try. I'm telling you, Glenn, I applaud you. I tell you that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. All right, guys. I'm looking out for you guys tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern time. We're gonna be on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, and on YouTube, and maybe even on LinkedIn if I could get LinkedIn in time. Adrian Allen, what's going on, Adrian? How's everything, man? Yeah, I saw the video that I saw that video that you guys did with the Barbados commercial. Dude, that was awesome. That was awesome. This guy right here, Adrian, he does, I mean, videos, commercials, and everything for all kind of major companies for just about everybody. I'm telling you, this guy, he's the real deal. All right, good guy, really good guy. Um, and you're right, nothing tried, nothing done. That's true. You guys got to start looking at it that way. You really have to start working hard for what you want. You know. All right, but and you guys on Instagram, you're not seeing my background anyway. You're not seeing my cool background, but the ones on Facebook and YouTube, you're seeing my background, which is good. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely share the commercial. I'll share it up with you guys. But you guys look out for me on weekdays at noon here on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And on Monday we'll be doing LinkedIn. So keep looking out for me. If you guys have any comments or anything that you want to talk about, shoot me an email, inbox me, send me a text, whatever the case, however you want to you want to communicate with me, a smoke signal, whatever, I don't know. But either way you guys want to do it, just get the message over to me, and I will definitely talk about it on the platform. All right. So as always, we're lunchtime talk with Steve, because like I said, people didn't like the other name. I got some kind of feedback about the other name, and I'm like, okay, we'll make it lunchtime talk with Steve. All right. So, oh yeah, you know what? And today is May Day too, and just pretty much everywhere except the United States. First day of May is May Day, which is normally a holiday, a bank holiday, and you go and you're gonna have your picnics, your family outings, cookouts, whatever you want to call it. So happy May Day to everybody in Canada, Barbados, all the islands, Europe. I know you're not going outside and doing what you would normally do on May Day, but hey, you're here. Let's make the most of it. Be careful if you guys decide to go back outside because they open up your city or your county or your area. If you decide to go outside, be careful. Wear your mask. Keep the social distancing. You don't need the government to tell you to social distance. Just because they make it seem like it's okay, it's not okay. With only 2% of the population tested, that leaves 98% that are untested. Let's be careful, people. Come on. All right. We don't want to hear, they keep talking about a second wave that's going to be hidden. Um, they keep talking about that second wave. That second wave is obviously going to hit if people are getting out and mingling before the thing goes away. Then it's just going to ramp up again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's prove that second wave to be fake news. All right. We don't want that second wave to come. So in order for that not to come, what we're going to have to do is isolate, even if they open up, isolate, wear your mask, and also, keep the social distancing, 6 feet or more. All right, and make sure your kids are wearing masks too. Okay, I mean, come on, your kids are people. Make sure they're wearing masks. All right, everybody. Time for me to head out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. It's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you guys watching. Share the link and share the post on even if it's on the replay. Share it. Those of you guys who have a business, drop your link and your business in the comment section below. Even if it's on replay, share it. All right. With that being said, you guys stay safe, stay quarantined, stay a safe distance, keep your mask on, take care of each other. Peace.